Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about Brian Robinson Jr. being traded to the 49ers. This on another episode of So, as some people have come to expect, Brian Robinson Jr. was traded by the Washington Commanders to the 49ers for a 6th-round pick. Now, the question might be, why would the Commanders, a team who was in the NFC Championship game last year, trade their lead running back for so little as they're heading into the season? Well, that's because the Commanders believe they have found the future in Jacory Krosky-Merritt and maybe also Chris Rodriguez. The two running backs performed well this preseason and in training camp, and they've got the Commanders feeling good about the running back room behind Brian Robinson. Additionally, Austin Ekeler is still there as a running back, though his role might not be as big as it was as he's getting older. But the Commanders felt good enough of what they had to move on from Brian Robinson and get a draft pick from the 49ers. Now, what does this do for the Commanders' running back room? Well, I'd say it doesn't change all that much. Austin Ekeler will still probably get a decent share of snaps, but he probably won't be the lead back anymore. The battle now will be to determine who is the new lead back. How that works out, we probably won't know until maybe October, which running back takes the true lead, as they might take a few games to try and figure that out. But it'll be interesting to see, because these running backs, obviously, there's a lot of unknowns how they perform in real NFL games. They've only played in preseason, but there's been flashes and they've been talented. So how good they are overall is yet to be seen, but there's potential. Now, on the 49ers side of things, they get a running back in Brian Robinson Jr., and it might signal a few things, because there's a few different ways you could look at it. Either A, they acquired Brian Robinson because they're just being overly cautious of the fact that if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, they have no one to back him up and be a serious starter for them. That's one way to look at it. Another way could be that they want to change a pace back. Someone who they could bring in every few downs to just give McCaffrey a break to try and keep him healthy for longer. It's another option. Third option to consider here is that there might be some concerns of Christian McCaffrey's long-term ability to stay with the team, just through age and injury, and getting Brian Robinson is there. They might be wanting to start to phase McCaffrey out. That one's a little more of a long shot, but all of these options are realistic, especially when you consider last year, in 2024, McCaffrey was hurt for basically most of the season, and the 49ers were left without a serious starting running back for most of the year. So it makes sense that they did this. It's hard to discern what their specific motives were, and it's a good pickup. Brian Robinson Jr., not a top 10 running back by any means, but he's not a slouch. He's not a terrible starter. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below, comment what you think, and I'll see you next time.